You are welcome into another tutorial, and in today's tutorial we'll be creating a fabric flower. So our fabric flower is going to be in 3 layers. The first one is 4 by 4 inches, followed by the next one which is 3 by 3 inches, and lastly 2 by 2 inches. So the next thing we'll be doing now is to iron it down. So we'll be folding our fabric in a triangular form, then we iron them. So once I'm done ironing, I'll be bringing it for us to see. So I'm done ironing all our fabrics. So the next thing we do now is to start tacking down. So we need our thread and needle. So we'll be starting with the 4 by 4 inches. So we'll be setting aside the remaining 2 so that we can proceed. And I'll be displaying the amounts of pieces that I'll be needing for each layers on the screen. So we'll be setting aside the remaining 2 layers so that we can proceed with the first layer. So for the first layer, we pick one of the triangle, then pick the second one and place it on the first one, coming down by 1 inch before the second angle. You can see the way I placed it. So I leave 1 inch allowance before the other end. So that is how we'll be placing them. So let me just pin it down for easy reference. And once I'm done pinning, then we start by making a running stitch from one angle to the other angle. And by the time we get to the next angle, we stop at 1 inch again. Then we bring in another one, then place it on it. Then we continue making our running stitch to the other end. Once we are at that 1 inch point, then we continue. So that is how we go on and on till we are done attaching the 8 pieces. So let's start tacking our pieces together. Since we've already pinned 2 pieces together, so we start our running stitches from the first angle, ensuring that the needle catches all the necessary fabric at the edge. So that is how we'll continue till we get to the other end, and when we are at the other end, then I'll be placing the next fabric piece on it. So we are on the other end now. So I'm marking out 1 inch. So that is where we'll be stopping the running stitch at that point before we bring in another fabric piece. So I'll be bringing in another one now, placing it at that 1 inch point, and ensure your thread and needle catches the tip of the new fabric piece you are bringing in so that it will not shift position. You can see. So that is how we continue, aligning all the edges both for the first and the next piece. By the time we check it at the back now, you will see that it's on a straight line and all the fabric are being catched. You can see. So that is how we continue. And make sure when you are creating yours, you use a matching thread. I'm using a red thread for the purpose of tutorial. Kindly take notes. So we are at the second angle now. So I'll be stitching it down till I get to the 1 inch point. So at that 1 inch point, I'll place another one and continue with the running stitch till I get to the next angle. So this is how I'm going to do till I'm done with the 8 pieces. And when I'm done with the 8 pieces, I'll be showing us how to finish the tacking. I'm done joining the 8 pieces. So now to tack the hem, we'll pick the very first piece, then place it on the last one, leaving 1 inch before the angle. Then we'll continue tacking to the other end. So that is how we'll be finishing it up. So I'm almost done now. Then once I'm done tacking, I'll be drawing out the thread. You can see, adjusting it until we are able to get the flower design. So I'm done drawing out the thread, and I also picked the very first thread where we tack so that I'll be able to tie the knot at the end. So once I'm done tying the knots, then we'll proceed to the other 2. So I'll be doing those 2 off camera, following this same process. And once I'm done doing that, I'll bring it for us to see. And don't forget, we'll be coming down by 0.75 inch for the 3 by 3 inches and 0.5 inch for the 2 by 2 inches. And you can see that our fabric flower is taking shape already. You just use your hand to keep it in shape. So I'll be following the same process to finish up with the remaining 2 sets, and once I'm done doing that, I'll be bringing it for us to see. So I'm done with the 3 layers, the first layer, the second layer, and the third layer. So the next thing we do now is to tack the 3 together as one with our thread and needle. And once I'm done tacking, I'll be placing our bead on it to design it. So let's go ahead and do that now. And by the time I was done attaching the 3 layers together, this is the outcome. You can see a clean and neat finishing and well designed. If you enjoyed this tutorial, kindly give us a giant thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you in our next video.